everybody. Welcome. I have been a busy girl this week preparing for Christmas, and I am doing a lot of stuff, but I'm doing it in a different way this year. I decided that there's a lot of things that I can change, and I really have been changing over the last few years. As I get older, things are a little different. And so I wanted to talk to you about that tonight. So I have 3 or 4 things that have completely changed since I was young or when I had young children in terms of preparing for Christmas. And I hope that you will join me as we talk about those 3 or 4 things. And I wanted to show you a little bit about what I've been doing. Everything from decorating to baking haul to getting the house ready. So here we go. Hi, I'm Michelle, Silver Colored Glasses here. And on this channel, we talk about everything pre-retirement planning, aging, entering seniorhood, living alone, traveling alone, and all the above. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you enjoy the video. Okay, so some things have changed since I've gotten a little bit older. The first one is being okay with a slower pace, knowing that it's okay, that I don't have to go to every activity. I don't have to decorate the entire house. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to do all the things. And knowing that that's okay. So one of the things that I have been doing lately is just really thinking about what are the things that I love about the holidays. And I'm talking from in terms of when I think about the holidays, I'm thinking about from October and Halloween all the way through New Year's. And I used to believe that I had to attend every activity that I was invited to, everything that my kids wanted to go to be the perfect mom and have the entire house decorated perfectly, including the lawn and having the perfect house lights up, all of the stuff. And I've realized as I've aged and the kids are now, out on their own, that it's okay to slow down. It's okay to only decorate a few rooms. It's okay to not attend all of the activities. So what I've been thinking about just recently is just the things that I really love. What are the things that I really love? And really making it a priority to attend those things, maybe not so much some of the other stuff, and to be okay with that. And I love that. I love the ability to be able to pick and choose a little bit and not feel guilty about that. So that's number 1. Number 2, I've realized that I just have to accept the fact that I don't have the stamina that I used to have. I don't have the strength that I used to have. And so in terms of pacing myself a little bit through the holidays, and that includes decorating, for example. I used to decorate the entire house in one day, the inside of the house. And then the outside of the house was another day. Now, it takes me 2 or 3 days. And that's okay. And I am okay with that. And I enjoy that. It's okay to plan things in steps. Sorry, my little Stanley is playing over here and he's making a lot of noise. Plan things out in steps and just know that it's okay. If you need to ask for help, for example, carrying in all of the bins that I used to carry in or up the stairs by myself, it's okay to ask the kids to help me with that now. And just knowing that I talked about it in the first one about attending all the activities. Sometimes I feel like I'm just not up to it. And just knowing that, I'm going to pick and choose the things that I love. I'm going to do the decorations that I love. And I'm going to be okay with that. And if I need to take a break in the middle of what I'm doing, that's okay. And if I only want to decorate a couple of the rooms instead of the entire house, that's okay too. So I've decided this year I'm going to decorate I did actually, you'll see in the video that I decorated the living room and my dining room. And those are the 2 places that people tend to congregate anyway if they were to come over. I'm not decorating the kitchen anymore. I don't have a basement anymore that I decorate, that we put up a tree in, that we used to do when the kids were younger. So, that's kind of freeing, and knowing that I'm not required to do all of that. And that if it takes me 3 days to do it rather than one day, that's okay. And I'm okay with that. So that's number 2. And number 3 is that I have been okay with and really focused this year on downsizing. So you'll see in the video coming up that I spent a lot of time downsizing my fall decorations, along with my Halloween decorations. And I had the kids go through all of that, and I sent out a text message to all my family to see what they wanted, along with the video of all the stuff that I had put out. And they picked and chose through some of that. My niece took some, my daughter and son took some. And so I was able to downsize quite considerably from the mini bins that I had for all the fall. This Christmas, what I'm planning to do, now that I have everything decorated, is to do the same thing. I'm going to put everything out, let the kids look through all the stuff that they want or don't want, and what's sentimental to them. I'm willing to keep stuff if they don't have room for it now. There are some tree decorations, for example, that my son wants, that he's already talked about, and I'm going to store that for him until he has a home of his own. And so, I think it's important to let the kids know what's important to you, but also to allow them to pick and choose some of the things that were sentimental to them in their childhood. Take some of that stuff. I don't need to keep all of that kind of stuff. And I also am okay with the fact, knowing now, that they don't want everything. Not everything that I hold dear to my heart and that's sentimental to me is not something that they might want. And that's okay too. So I want them to kind of pick and choose the things that they want. I'm going to keep some things that I want too until I'm gone, and then they can, choose what they want out of that kind of stuff. But the things that I no longer want to put out anymore is up for grabs. And I'm going to do the same thing with my family as well. Just letting them choose if they want anything before I give it away. I have 5 big Rubbermaid bins, plus a Christmas tree, full of stuff that I bring in and then I have my kids take out, or vice versa, every year. And I don't feel like I need that anymore, and that's okay. And so I'm really going to focus on doing that. And also downsizing, again, like I mentioned before, the activities that I feel like I need to go to and the events, and just really picking and choosing, downsizing what I really want to do. And I can do that now. And that's kind of freeing, isn't it? Okay, so that's number 3. And number 4, I have realized in the last few years that my sister and I have now taken on a lot of the family preparation, the cooking, things like that for our family. And, that's a natural progression as your parents age. My parents are now in their 80s. And although they're still going very strong, it is probably in the last couple of years, at least 2 years, 3 years, we have, my sister and I have taken on a lot more of the planning and the, buying of supplies and the cooking for all of our family events. And I love that. It makes me a little sad too, to see them kind of stepping back. And it's probably something that we should have taken on a long time ago. But my mom still wants to contribute. So certainly she is, cooking things and bringing with her to the events. But, the all day cooking kind of things that she used to do, she's just no longer able to do that anymore. And so, it's just a part of life, I know. But it certainly changed our family dynamics a little bit. One of the things that my sister and I have talked about is the importance of starting to kind of prep our children. And so we have prepped them a little bit in terms of bringing little things, inexpensive things. They're all trying to pay their rent and living in their apartments, things like that. So bring in a bag of rolls or a bag of chips or, things like that. Just starting that sort of preparation for when they decide to take over generation after generation, I think is important as well. So I'm enjoying that process. But again, a little sad that we have to see that, that progression of life go on. So that's number 4. That's a big change. Yeah. Okay, so those are the 4 things that I've noticed that have completely changed since I have entered the seniorhood status. But also the 4 things that I'm deciding that I'm fully embracing. And some of the things are the slower pace. I'm really loving that. Loving that I don't feel like I have to go to every activity, and really just enjoying the process, enjoying the time with the family. I'm feeling like I can relax and sit down and, visit with the family and not feel like I just have to do all the hustle bustle of the holiday activities. So I hope that you enjoyed that little snippet of what I've decided that I have changed in the last few years as I've been getting older. And then I also thought that it might be a little fun just to show you a couple of quick clips on things that are in there with me. And I hope you guys have a great holiday. Thanks so much. Okay, so this is the fall and Halloween decluttering project that I did a couple of weeks ago. I put out all of the stuff that I'm no longer wanting to put out any longer. There's Stanley. And let the kids go through it. My niece came over and she went through it, and then I sent this video to the rest of the family to see if there was anything that they wanted. And so now I have the stuff that I want to keep, but it's time to not decorate to the hilt any longer like we used to when the kids were small, and to get rid of this. I had 5 Rubbermaid bins in storage with all of this stuff. So now these are all going. Donation bins. I thought this was kind of cute. This is the only thing that my son picked out to keep. It's a little Frankenstein that swirls around candy dish. And this is the bin I'm going to keep. So I'm going to get a little bit bigger bin so that the lid will be put on. Okay, so this is my little mini pre-baking haul that I got. I'm going to start making pumpkin bread. That's what the bisque whisk's for. I make peanut butter fudge and chocolate fudge. The applesauce is for the pumpkin bread. And then I may or may not have bought these by mistake. A family member of ours loves chocolate covered cherries, but I accidentally bought the dark chocolate. Darn. So, as you can see, there's one missing. I've already eaten one. Get them for myself, I guess. Darn. So that's the start of it. I also make apple butter for everybody for the holidays. And this year, something new has been requested, and that is homemade Irish Bailey's cream. So I will show that in the next video and let you know how that all goes. Got my nails done with my daughter. They're a little crazier than I usually do. I may have given my nail tech a little too much creative freedom. Getting ready for the new furniture to be delivered today. The room looks so big without it, the rest of it. Hopefully it will fit. I'll show you after. Okay, it's been delivered. Quite large, but beautiful. Stanley has found the bed skirt. Thinks this is his new bed. I think you're the cutest puppy. The cutest puppy. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me in the comments below what you're doing differently as a senior, what things have changed for you, what things are looking a little different than they did when you were younger and when you may have had kids or may have been in college, and what that looks like for you now. It's a little different, isn't it? But I'm kind of liking it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you come back to the channel, and we'll see you next time.